Hey guys, I think my stream at Farragut was a little spotty just because it was 4G, so I want to do a quick little recap here about the health benefits of lighting. And might wait a minute, see if anyone hops on. But just heading out to go pick up the girls from school. So I have a little time to kill. And whether or not anyone shows up, you guys will be able to watch this. So hopefully, my hope is that you just learn some uh, tips and tools how to use light to better make your space and environment feel more not only inviting if it highlights architecture, but also improve your health and wellness because that's the power of light when it's done correctly. And uh, the other hope is if you got big projects, you're a contractor or architect, and you want help with lighting design, someone to actually engineer up lighting plans. That's what we do. I would absolutely love to help you out with that, and we're getting someone else on our team to help out with the design process as well. So we got some room to take on some more projects here. And ultimately, I hope if you're not building a new home, at least maybe you can uh, affordably light your spacing ways. Just take a couple points way here, so that way you feel better. And there's lots of studies that show that we are deprived of light, the amount of light that we need. Because the electric light bulb was only invented 150 years ago, and we've evolved to the rising and setting of the sun for the last 300,000 years. And in comparison, outside is, if you, I had a foot candle measure, is 100,000 lux. Um, so if I am under cloud cover, it's still probably at least 10,000. Um, inside a well-illuminated office, what is considered a good amount of light in the office, it's around 300 lux. So that doesn't even compare, and they're starting to realize that we actually need more light in the space. So being able to do that requires a skill of being able to pick out the right product, performance over product. So and identifying what's being done in the space and layering in the light to make it feel good and illuminating the vertical space too. So because we interact within our space within 3D, it's a lot of it's about vertical foot candles, not just about horizontal. So there's lots of studies that show there's something called melanoptic EDI, and it's a measurement for the amount of light that we're getting in our space that we need. And there's the studies have shown that if we have the right amount of this, that it reduces depression, PTSD, bipolar disorder, lots of other mental health effects that are not very pretty, by 50 or 60%. And so if you can get this up to the right amount, it's really beneficial. So like the office is example of 300 lux. The right amount of EDI that you want, you would need like around 80 lux, which is around 80 foot candles. But to do that in office space, you want to be able to meet the energy requirements too. So instead of just using light that's just some type of omnidirectional casting everywhere, that's where it's beneficial to specify in light with optics if you're getting functional light in the space. Or maybe you have ambient indirect type light, and then you have task lighting in your task area, and then an accent if you need it. But just having the light design done correctly in your space can make a big difference. And in a home, it's a space, it's one of the biggest things that impacts your mood. And if you do it correctly in there, you're going to highlight your architectural detail, you're going to make your space look amazing, and you're going to feel better mentally and emotionally in there because we are tied to light. There's within the last 20 years, they discovered these cells in the bottom of the eye that are called the melanopsin ganglion cells, which are responsible for picking up overhead light. And it's not responsible for vision. It's not a part of the cones or rods, which pick up the wavelengths and help us see color and help us see vision and shades and all that. This is different, and it's these cells pick up light and they send a signal back to the brain, the SCN, to release certain chemicals which help us to be awake, help us to be asleep, help us to feel more productive. And they've done this in these studies. They light these classrooms correctly, and the people test better, they do better, they feel better. So there's lots of benefits to it. And if you can have something in there that where the light adjusted CCT, correlated color temperature, so between that real warm light up to that blue light, that can be beneficial as well. But if you don't have that ability, maybe you don't want to pay for that, then you can still enhance your space by eliminating things like glare and highlighting wayfinding, using it for wayfinding. In the evening, you turn off your bright overhead lights so they're not waking you up, and you have step or guide lights kind of guiding you to your bed, and your body is able to stop producing those chemicals that keep you awake, and it helps you out to go to sleep. So having adjustability within your home, if you have, a lot of people are aware of the layers ambient, accent, and task. For those of you that don't know, ambient is kind of the glow, the voluminous glow within the space. Accent is all the accent details, accent lighting, whether that's art, decorative, under counter lighting, or shelf lighting, or and then task is where there's a task being done. Usually we need more light for that space. The fourth layer that not a lot of people are aware of, I would say, is control, lighting control. If you're having layers in your home, you want lighting control because you want to be able to adjust automatically. You think about the sun outside, that changes constantly throughout the day. If you can kind of mimic that inside, because we spent so much time inside within the last 150 years compared to being outside before the light bulb was invented, um, it's really beneficial to light your space correctly. And then the fifth layer, you put all this together, you get the layer of biology. And when you put ambient, accent, task, and controls, and it's designed correctly, you get biology, which equals health and wellness, because the brain, as I said, is dedicated 50% of the brain space. It's dedicated to vision, and there's other parts of it that are responsible for chemical releases based on the amount of light that we get, the color temperature, and when it changes throughout the day. And that's what helps set our circadian rhythm. Everyone has a circadian rhythm for sleeping wakefulness. One of the best ways to do that and set that correctly is by getting outside and walking, aligned with the sun, and then also aligning your space so it aligns with your biology, leveraging light so you feel great in the space and can be more productive and you're not having headaches, and it looks and feels amazing. So yeah, I know that was kind of a quick summary, but my little walk talk at Farragut was kind of spotty because it was 4G, but now here waiting to pick up the kiddos and wanted to run that over. And if you like what you hear, if you want your space to look better, but maybe you don't have the money to spend, hundreds of thousands of dollars on light design because you're not building a multi-million-dollar home. Uh, we do have lighting design courses right now on our website. The first one is the kitchen lighting design, and that would be a good start for you to learn about layering light and eliminating glare and kind of get the basics. And it's on sale right now if you enter in the coupon code Sunset Sale, all caps. So, all right, guys, peace out.